mixing some colors and like a forest, and we are looking up onto a sky. This is what we are doing today, inshallah. And what you need today is oil pastels and some little paint at the end. So waiting for everyone to join, inshallah. We have 6 minutes, and any questions, any comments, you can type. So what I have is a watercolor paper. Those who have already joined us, I have watercolor paper. I have napkins because we are going to use a lot of napkins for shading. We are learning how to mix colors and everything. So we have napkins and we have oil pastels, the colors that I'm going to use for my background. So what I am trying to do today is an afternoon with a bright sunlight. And for this, we need a light yellow oil pastel for our background, a white to give it more shadows, but of course we can clean it. When we have napkins, we can clean our oil pastels. Then I have a lemon yellow, and a lemon yellow is going to give you a bright sunlight. So we have a lemon yellow, and then we have this green, light green, very light green color that I want to give it in a background to create an impression of a forest. So we are inside the forest, and from the forest we are looking up at the sky. And I think it's going to be a beautiful painting, a beautiful landscape. And tomorrow, inshallah, I'm thinking of doing a watermelon. So that will be also a summer painting. And I hope all these paintings are going on your wall. I have a specific wall where I'm adding all these paintings, and they will look really cute. On my Facebook, I did add a few of them. Everybody liked it so much. So I hope your painting from yesterday, please share it with me. Some of the amazing paintings I saw, and they were amazing. MashaAllah. Good job, guys. Amazing artwork you are sharing with me. And I like it so much. You are beautiful people with beautiful art, right? All right. I see some very nice, pretty smiles. And if you have two different yellows, there is no worry. So one would be a deep yellow, one would be a lemon yellow. We are using lemon yellow, and we are going to mix it a little with deep yellow. So thank you, Simul, reminding me that we can actually use this one, a little bit of that too. So this is, I think, orangish yellow or yellow ochre. I hope the color is written here. Doesn't look like though. So the shade is not written here, but it is deep yellow or a yellowish orange. So we are using kind of for the background, right? Once we'll make the background in half an hour, and the rest of the time, what are we doing is we are going to paint the foreground. So the background is a forest, a very deep forest, and then we're going to create a very nice, pretty, subtle background. And on the front, we are going to draw some thick trees, right? And their leaves are so interesting, a very, very different shade of so many leaves, inshallah. So it's 1 minute left. Most of the students are here. Inshallah, most will join us. I hope you are having a lot of fun with my art class. Yes, I'm sure about it. I'm having a lot of fun. Yes, that's true. Okay, playing with colors, right? And we must have learned so many different shades that we are making with colors, right? So life is so colorful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So let's start our beautiful day. It was a beautiful morning with all the thunderstorm, a little scary though. a little thunderstorm in the morning, but alhamdulillah, the heat is gone, right? So it's a nice weather. All right, so Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما. So, yeah, Allah increase us in knowledge and the knowledge of our surroundings. It's also ibadah to know our environment and to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that there are so many beautiful surroundings all around us. All right, it's 10:01, and since we have to go very slow today, right? We can afford to go slow today because we are using acrylic paints right at the end. The last thing we are going to do is use acrylic paints, a little bit of that, so we are not worried about the paint getting dry and all that stuff. So let's start. Bismillah. All right, the first color is a very light yellow color that I want you to pick up. And hopefully everyone joins us right at the right time. And that is very important so we can start all the work together. Awesome. So inshallah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and our oil pastels very light yellow. I'm going to put the rest of the colors away that I'm going to use on the same napkin. Napkins helps us a lot, right? They help us to clean, and so our paper is clean. Yes. If you have observed, I have used a masking tape. You don't have to use it. I mean, it's just like a nice tip, right? Tip of the day to use masking tape for this watercolor. But if you're using a sketchbook, you already have that paper attached to the sketch file, so you don't need this. But since I take out the paper, so it's kind of nice. It's like on the board and it's not moving around, right, with my hands or with my wobbly table. So it's a good idea. All right, so next time, actually I will next week, because I give you an advance sometime to get a masking tape. You know, a masking tape, how it looks like. It is like a round, you must have it at home too, so it's okay if you don't have it, really. Okay, so all right, let's start now. Bismillah on our paper. So first of all, just let's put this color in the middle, just like in the middle, random middle, and just some shade. I'm just rubbing it a little. Now I will wait for all of you to do the same. Some light yellow. Yeah, paper a bit like this. Is it more clear? A little up or a little to the right? Yeah, looks like this is better. So I'm just having this yellow, light sunlight, right? A bright sunlight, and just spreading it out a little here and there, very roughly. All right, and then it's time to grab my paper towel and moving it like that. And your paper towel, it goes like, you fold it like this, and you fold it like that to make a nice cushion, right? With nice cushion, you're going to hold it in your hand with a nice cushion. You have this thick paper, and then we need to rub the crayon, all the silky crayon, whatever you have, or the oil pastels, and we are going to create a subtle color by mixing it with the white background, mixing it softly. So this create a very soft afternoon. So this is not a morning or an evening time. It's very subtle, right? So you see, it was very harsh, very crude in the beginning. And now look at it. It looks so soft. Just like a nice, sunny background. And we can just spread it out. All right, on our paper. All right, Let's quickly rub it. And a nice subtle background is there. Now, a little bit of fresh deep yellow is a little that I want to add few lines like that. You know, looks very rough, but once we'll add our paper towel to it and then rub it, you know, just in round shapes. So your arm goes little round. So when you rubbed it, now you can see that there is lime yellow sunlight and some little shades of a little darker, deeper yellow. That's it. All right, now what we are going to do is the light green. All right, rub what? So some people join now, but let's try to join the class in time. So what we did today is we picked up very light yellow, and not lime yellow, but very light yellow and oil pastel. I'm repeating the instructions. I just rubbed it like that roughly. I did this shade, and after that I just touched the paper with orangish yellow like this one, and I can just add a few more lines like that and then rubbed it. So rubbing it, creating a very deep yellow on one side. So we have two colors on the white paper now. On our watercolor paper, we have light lime yellow and we have a little in the same place. All right, what kind of paper, Mariam, are you using? Is it your watercolor paper? Because this is like this watercolor paper, you can see with your napkin. Don't use a tissue. So if you use this light tissue or Kleenex, it will not help. You need a paper towel and then rub it like with a little force until you get this subtle color. A subtle color, that's okay. Yeah, if it's watercolor paper, then it is thick enough. And see my paper towel, it has like a lot of color. Light yellow. Okay, mix dark yellow with the white, right? White crayon or white pastel like this one. If you don't have white and you have this light lineish color, peachish color, actually I want you to get from your box this peach, from your oil pastels, this peach pinkish tone that I want to add here. So this tone that I'm adding right now, just like crudely, roughly, right? And after that rough color, you are going to fold your napkin again and then mix it again. This is a lot of fun when subtle colors are created when you rub it. So you just need to put some pressure. So now I have three tones on my paper. I have very light lime yellow, then I have some deep orangish yellow, and then I have some very subtle, very pretty peach pinkish tone, right? And how we do it, we just rub it a little roughly. See how rough it is. Look at these lines, so rough. But when you mix it with paper towel and you rub it, it looks beautiful. It gives you a beautiful tone. All right. Now, I hope everyone is ready to go to the greener part, right? If we are done with yellow, no worries if it is dark, no worries if it's light. Everyone looks at it in a different way. If you don't have yellow, use light orange and mix it with white. So orange, I can show it to you how you do orange. If you have orange color, so I'm going to pick up orange. And I want this part a little orange. See how bad it looks right now. But if you add a lot of white to it, right? And after adding white, what I'm going to do is rub it again. So after rubbing it, it gives you a nice tone, right? So no worries if there are a few lines, because actually we are going to make a lot of leaves here. So this will be hidden. No worries about it, right? So in from your oil, okay, pastels. Now we are going to take out this very light green.
Saba,
Yes, sweetheart.
can you go a little slow?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Okay, we can wait before we move on. So now we have 3 shades on our paper. We have a very light yellow mixed with white. Then we have deep yellow with paper towel. All right, you used a paper towel, and even then same problem. All right, make a cushion like that, and with a paper towel, yeah, like that, and then try to rub it like this, and bring the color to the other side of the paper. So just try to do it like that. Keep on rubbing it, and you'll get that subtle shade, inshallah. Mariam, what kind of oil pastel you have? Is it a crayon, or is it a silky crayon, or is it a box of oil pastels? Because oil pastels is easier. It's way easier for us to spread out. Silky crayon. So silky crayon is like oil pastel, right? Just try again. Just put some yellow, and then just with a paper towel, just try to rub it. All right, now it's time for green. So light green, and how we are going to do it is like a big smile, a big smile on your paper, and like a wide smile. So just roughly, and same thing with paper towel. All right, so again, we need to unfold the paper towel, and then I'm just using the same paper towel, just unfolding it, same thing. Now your hand, your arm should move in this direction, like smiley. So the way you see how I'm rubbing it, right, the way I am rubbing it. Yes, I hope it's recorded. Let me check that if this video is recorded. Yesterday the video had no sound, and I'm so sorry for that, some technological issues or something. So let me check if this is recorded. By the time I'm making sure it's recorded. All right, I just made sure that it is recorded, and hopefully we have the sound. All right, now I have to mix it. So no crude lines. If you can see on my paper, now see the difference. This part is so subtle, right? We don't even see the lines anymore because we are spreading this here and there. And in the same way the smiley is, and that is how my arm will move on in the same smiley way. Going up now, you can hear it, right? The rubbing sound, our morning exercise. Yes. Awesome. It's a very subtle green. Just bringing it up a little. Now I can use these strokes. You can look at it now, how my arm is moving. Now straight. First I use this smiley, big smile on green smile, and then with this. So a very nice subtle background. And I'll wait for everyone before we move on to the top part. So looks like this part is done, but we'll add some color downwards. That will be a little darker green. So I would like you to pick up a little darker green, right? Yes. And again, another smile. So see now this corner, there's my paper tape under that. So this way, and the same strokes over here. Rough strokes, but see, our best friend, our paper towel is going to give us a very subtle shade. And how again? By moving it same way. So bringing the darkers into the light tones and then pressure. Put some pressure and then it will give you that subtle tones. See how easy it is to get those subtle tones? So like that, and bring it a little fresh tones are added to our work. So keep on doing that for a minute, right? Keep on doing rubbing. And if you still feel that there is a lot of color that still needs to be mixed up, just keep on rubbing. And that's it, because a lot of forest floor. So this is our forest floor. Have you heard in geography lessons or science lessons about, what do we call it? The layers of forests, right? Or water cycle, and then you learn about different layers of forest. So this part is called a forest floor, and this part is going to be a little canopy, you know, the canopy that covers the rainforest. Yeah, but this is not a rainforest. Yeah, this is not a rainforest. We will draw probably a rainforest with all those layers like canopy and like evergreens, and then, right, these are not evergreens. These are more like deciduous trees, and they shed their leaves in different climates, right? It's interesting, right? Geography is so interesting, learning about all those different trees and how they shed their leaves in what kind of climates. It's interesting. All right, so we have a dark green, then we have a light green, then we have very subtle color, and then a little darker yellow, and on the top, this color, I want to do it here too. So if you have the orange, you know, the sharper one, I know this looks very scary because it is very dark, right? But we are going to use it here too, same way. So if you can look at the strokes, this was like around, because you're looking at the sky. So try observing it next time if you go outside, and especially when you're under the trees, and just look up, right? You will think that there is kind of a circle, right? And this is going to be our circle that you're going to see. For example, you're just standing under a canopy of tree. So looking up at the canopy, you will find a gap. This is the gap from where the light is seeping through. You know what is seeping means? Like it goes through a layer, like water seeps through the ground. All right, time to pick up the napkin again. All right, now I have to change the napkin, or at least, or yeah, I can unfold it, and I don't want any green on the top, remember? So this is what we have to remember. No green on the sky unless there is a rainbow, right? Yes. All right, now let's look at that orange and bring it this way. So remember, we have to have this circular thing in the center, right? So our goal today is to retain that circular thingy, because we are, and no worries if there you can see some crude lines, no worries, because this is going to be covered with the leaves of the tree. So nothing to worry about. Just bring this orange a little inwards. So from outside, your napkin is bringing it in. First, it was like this movement, and now like that. I hope everyone is catching up. All right, and now we are going to go this part. As you can see that the other part, it has a dark orange, and doing the same thing again. Now bringing down a little. So remember, we always do the background first, And then we draw the foreground. Always remember, like if you're making a landscape, always start with the sky. So when you start with the sky and it comes down, now you have got a circular shape, right, of the sky. So when you're looking up, there is a yellow patch, then there is a white subtle background like that, then you have dark orange shades, and then you have light green, and you have dark green, right? Okay, all right, now looks like our background is almost ready. Give me a thumbs up when we are ready to draw our trees. Now we are going to our foreground. So foreground means something that is right in front of you. You cannot touch the sky, right? Am I right? It's very, very far away. So this is more subtle. We call it background because it is very, very far away from us. And the leaves and the trees, yeah, you can touch them. You can climb on the trees, right? And then you can touch the leaves and the forest floor. So remember the layers. This is a forest floor. Then this is a tree layer. Then there is the canopy. And then there is the sky. Interesting, right? So it's more like a geography lesson. Now you're learning about the different layers of forest. Forest floor, tree layer, the trunks and branches. All those branches are in this layer, and then a canopy, right? And it's a broken canopy. It's not a continuous canopy because there is a big sky patch that is visible. All right, inshallah, let's pick up our pencils. Now the first thing is to grab a pencil. All right, I'm grabbing a pen so it can be more clear to you, but you just need a pen. Or, oh, sorry, pencil. All right, now let's start our composition. It's called composition. So when you are standing under the tree and when you look up, now how are the trees, how is our drawing going to be? So a balanced one. We need two tree trunks, two here. So I'm going to draw a line. First line is like this. I'm sorry, pen is not working. I can use a crayon just to show you, but it's better if you use a pencil. All right, I'm going to draw a line like that. So I want all of you to draw a line starting from not the middle. The middle would be here. But remember, this is our sky, a hole in the canopy, right? So don't start from, but a little bit half of the paper. You can just start from half of the paper and draw a line, not with crayon, with a pencil. I am showing it to you because I want it to be visible to everyone. So this is my first tree, one line. Now I need another tree over here. If you can draw a semicircular line, right? Like that. So there are two lines that I'm drawing on my right side. So one is almost here. This is called positioning or composition.